If you prefer being alone, you might be smarter than you think. A recent study conducted by scientists found that only intelligent people prefer to be alone, and that they tend to have fewer friends and choose to be less social than those who scored less on the intelligence scale. I don't know about you, but I prefer being alone. You see, if I socialize too often, it becomes unenjoyable for me. I don't know how to say that, but I don't enjoy it if I socialize too often with people. Even though they are close friends, for me it just feels like it's too often. Even with family, I get to that point where I just don't enjoy it. In this video, we're going to explain a bit more what the research has shown as to why some people prefer being alone than other people, like extroverts, and what are the benefits of people like introverts prefer being alone and the negatives as to why they like that. What baffled the scientists even more was that the introverts' life satisfaction appears to be unaffected by their scheduled lifestyle. In other words, they are happy with a life of being alone. Okay, so wait a minute. How do I know if I prefer being alone? Well, let me ask you these questions. Do you ever imagine yourself living alone? Now, keep that thought, and in that imagination, are you happy and complete in yourself? And would you prefer spending your time reading a book rather than going to a crazy and noisy party? If this sounds like you, I think you have less reason to worry. You see, society may easily deem you as antisocial, but society doesn't know that it is proven that you are actually an intelligent person. So how does this all prove that we are intelligent? Well, let's find out. You see, so when we go out to friends and family, it takes a lot of energy from my part to be focused and present and listening to everyone. And as a big family and a very loud family, it often gets, it gets very loud. And for a person that likes being alone, like an introvert, I'm not saying I'm an introvert, but there are people that prefer being alone. And so when it gets very noisy, that drains us basically. And then over the next few days, it takes me like 2 or 3 days to re-energize myself before I am happy to go out again to friends or some family, or go out for dinner and start the whole cycle again. But being in an environment where it's very loud and people laughing and joking and like just talking loud, it kind of drains me. I can join in on it, but it takes a lot of energy and focus from my side to join in on that. And so that's just why I also enjoy like being alone most of the time. It's just so that I can re-energize, gather my thoughts, focus on other things for the week, and then just go have fun again. What research found on intelligent people is that the quality of socialism matters to them. The study worked on the premises that people are happier when they live in less densely populated areas. Therefore, the level of happiness increases when the number of people around them decreases. Also, their happiness increases when interaction decreases. You see, that is why people like myself enjoy these small little towns that are surrounded by mountains and nature. We love that environment. It is calming to us. We don't need the hustle and bustle of city life or a bigger town. We just want a nice quiet environment where we just hear the birds or just the wind or just the rain falling. That is my kind of place to be, and that's what I've always loved, because that's where I gather my thoughts, that's where I'm re-energized, that is where I start to think clearer. According to a recent study, intelligent people find it extremely hard to associate and socialize with other people. And according to the evolutionary psychologist, intelligent people prefer quality over quantity when it comes to socializing. They are happier when they communicate with their close friends and family rather than with strangers and co-workers. You see, I can be around friends and family for one day, but that is it. Then I need a week to recoup, to re-energize, and then prepare myself for that day, because for me it's about quality rather than quantity. As the researchers explained, more intelligent individuals experience lower life satisfaction with more frequent socialization with friends. And that leads us on to the next point: life satisfaction. People who interact less are far happier than people who spend most of their time socializing. This is because people who socialize less live a far simpler life with less stress and confusion, but this is not true for people who socialize more. The thing that the study proves is the fact that some people do not always want to spend their time pleasing and praising other people. They really have better things to do. You see, it is psychologically proven that in order to be able to interact with people in a better way, you need to carry a pretense, an image of yourself that other people will like. This means that most of our social relations are based on approval. So all we seek from the people around us is approval, and we spend most of our time and energy in order to get this approval from other people. In the process of seeking this approval, we totally forget to be ourselves, and we become less of the person that we actually are and more of the person that the other people want us to be. And this is not necessarily a good thing, because such kind of habit will make us less unique. By limiting human interaction, the genius and highly intelligent people choose to be in their own caves. They do not go through the turmoil of pleasing other people, and thus are happier living their own life. This gives them more time to spend and work on themselves. The time that they get works as a blessing for them, as it makes them even better than before. So the less I see someone, a friend or family, the more I start enjoying being around them. So for me, as if I see a person once a week, and then the following week I'll be excited to see them again. So that makes me excited, and then I go to that person or friend, and I'm happy to sit there for the whole day and just chat with them. According to Carol Graham, who studies the economics of happiness, people with more intelligence and the capacity to use it spend less time socializing because they are focused on some other long-term objective. Intelligent people are less social because they are more focused on their life goals. They also remain happier because of the fact that they are unaffected by other people's judgment of them. Of course, when you are around other people and when you socialize, you are bound to get affected by what other people think and assume about you, but not the highly intelligent ones. This happens because they maintain the ideal distance from other people, which helps them to be unaffected by what other people think. And so you see, this makes sense to me. I'm a person that don't seek for any approval. I don't care what people say or think about me, and I just carry on with everyday life, and I just focus on what is in front of me and what I want to accomplish. You see, intelligent people have evolved past the need of frequent social interactions. They have mastered the art of solitude. So what does the Bible say about the value of solitude? In Psalm 46 verse 10, it says, "Be still and know that I am God." So it is much easier to be still in solitude. And in Lamentations chapter 3 verse 25 to 28, it says, "The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him, to the one who seeks him. It is good to wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. It is good for a man to bear the yoke while he is young. Let him sit alone in silence, for the Lord has laid it on him." So the next time, don't feel bad or pressure that you need to go out more often. I became happier when I started limiting my socializing time with friends and family. That is all for today, and I thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.